And we are back with the second part of round 1 for the Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin tournament. Hope you guys are prepared. We got a couple of very exciting runs lined up today. Starting off with the pseudostripy against Doom, and followed by Nubisaurus versus Bathhouse Owner. So this is again first round of the winners bracket. Whoever loses this will fall down to losers bracket, where they have a second chance to redeem themselves. With me today, I got Jeff the Big Lizard on commentary. Hi, Jeff.
So, I'm doing very well, thank you.
Nice. And I think without further ado, we'll do the commentary along the way. So I'm just going to count you guys down from 3. So 3, 2, 1, and go. Good luck, guys.
Yeah, good luck. And they are off.
All right. So the beginning of the run here, both players will be selecting the bandit class, and I guess the main reasons for that is mostly like you start with the bow, you have the hand axe, which is also decent.
It's the only class that has the stats for the rapier and also the stats to drop down the pit without leveling up.
Yeah.
Which makes it much faster than the other ones, because you don't have to level up for a long time to use the stuff you want to.
Doom, unfortunately, here managing to put in a invalid character in the name box there, so you had to do it twice.
Unfortunate. Oh, Pseudo with the first try cart soul. That's a lot trickier than it looks. And Doom not going for cart soul, by the looks of things.
Yeah, cart soul doesn't save a huge amount of time, especially if you have to try multiple times. So if you get it within like the first 2 or 3 attempts, I guess you're...
If you get it in the first try, it's about 2 seconds. But
yeah.
the main appeal is it makes the Cardinal Tower bonfire room a decent bit safer.
Yeah.
And that's quite a scary point in the run in Scholar.
Yes, because mostly people will... if you're going to take some damage usually on the way there, and you want to heal while you're talking to Melentia. You can't use or you can use the soul first, and only if your mending is really slow will you have time to use the life gem as well. So it's better to have the time for the life gem there than to pop the soul while talking to her.
It's very nice.
Both
masterful jumps too with the Emerald Herald.
Beautiful. Pseudo actually having a slightly, I guess the character creation made up for the time here, because Pseudo started slightly later. And here Pseudo will be using the soul he picked up while the gate here is opening, while Doom has to pick it up right after.
Yeah, so they're both getting 200 souls here, so they can buy a firebomb from Melentia. And the firebomb's necessary for basically the only glitch in the run, which is bomb wall, which allows you to do open a shortcut from the other side, basically, by throwing a firebomb to a certain spot. Because Doom's getting the soul in the river, he gets wet on the way there, which means that he takes less damage from the fire, which is one of the advantages of river bone, as we'd call it.
I was not actually aware it lasted that long. That's impressive.
Yeah, it does. It's a nice meme. We were trying to figure that out.
Yeah, because I know that's like a valid strat in Iron Keep as well. You have all the pots around with water in them, so if you have to, for some reason, pick up an item within the fire-breathing statues, then you can roll into the containers first to take less damage.
Yeah, assuming both of them get bomb wall first try, there'll be a pretty noticeable difference in how much damage they're each taking.
So they're getting a decent ladder there.
Oh, Pseudo with this ladder. Insane RNG.
Oh.
Doom got staggered, but it's no big deal.
He got a right attack, I guess it was slightly too slow on the ladder.
Did Doom hotbar his soul? Yeah, he did. So as you're seeing, they're both doing this in slightly different ways, because they got the different early souls.
So
if you look, Pseudo takes just over half his health from the wall, and Doom taking just under.
Yeah.
But the result's very similar. It's just different ways of doing it.
Alright, so the first boss that we'll be fighting here is the Last Giant. The first thing the runners want to do is basically make their way to Bastille. And so going through Last Giant and then Pursuer, and immediately after you just warp out once they have enough souls to get the cat ring, and also I guess you get a few levels, right?
I think the souls are mainly for buying the rapier and the cat ring and a few
Yeah.
bright bugs. But yeah, because we killed the pursuer properly in this route, we aren't struggling for souls early.
Yeah, because there is the option of doing the Pursuer quick kill, but it's very difficult to actually get the frame perfect timing for getting all the souls. It's not really worth it
Doom
for
whipping
this
the
route.
first hit on the giant, that's gonna throw him off. Oh, he's going for the alternative Last Giant strat.
Actually
so
getting a good chain of that attack, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a finicky strat to get, so it's very impressive that he's managed to pull
Yeah.
it off.
Much more precise
Although,
position than just trying to get the stomps.
Yeah. Probably not saving him time over pseudo because of the whiff.
Oh, getting hit by the right stomp there.
Yeah, and getting hit definitely not saving any time. But it's an impressive strat. Not many runners go for it.
The bot runners here are using the Dark Sign before they get the souls from the boss kill, and that would actually make it so that they keep the souls they got from the boss. Because Dark Souls 2 will remove your souls from the Dark Sign slightly before you actually get the warp. So you see the souls get removed. So we only remove the 90 souls I think Pseudo had instead of the 10k you get from the boss.
And here Doom bought the blacksmith key and 2 bright bugs. The bright bugs add a bit of damage on the earlier fights, but they're mainly so that Malenttia will give you the covetous serpent ring, which is a ring that means enemies drop more souls, which is gonna make souls a lot comfier for the run. It's pretty necessary for the route. The blacksmith's key so we can get the main weapon for the route, which is the rapier, which is basically disgustingly broken in Dark Souls 2.
Yeah, so the reason they really need the Soul Serpent ring as well as clothes from Molin later is because this route uses sort of the alternative approach to going past the Shrine of Winter to reach sort of the second half of the game, and that is to get 1 million souls in your soul memory. So that's a value that sort of accumulates all the souls you've gotten through your playthrough. And that will open the Shrine of Winter without having killed the 4 required bosses otherwise.
Okay, they're both on very strong runs. Pseudo's slightly ahead, just from doing the cart soul and having a slightly better giant fight. But it's
in terms of
definitely
RTA in the load, it's like 15 seconds off, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, Pseudo did have a very strong first segment with the first tri-cart soul and the disc ladder.
I guess Doom's
actually very strong.
Doom's best hope here is that we pretty much know Pseudo will go for usually more of the riskier strats than many others. He's sort of the kind of guy that will be optimal as much as he can. So if he dies to any of the jumps coming up or something like that, Doom will have a good chance to catch up. But if Pseudo actually chains all of them together, then he can also get a decent bit ahead. So we'll see how this goes. Depending on how many of the strats Doom does as well. He might go for some of them, but probably not as many.
Both killing Morgwin here, so they can get the gear, which, as you may know, gives you 20% more souls if you have it all on.
I think it's slightly more than that.
25?
Sure. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. There's a varying amount for each piece of the gear. Like the hat only gives like 2.5, or on the legs are like 10 or 15. So.
Yeah, I was surprised that the gauntlets were the best piece of the set. But
yeah.
Just a little bit of trivia for you there.
So if you don't have time to put something on, then you should probably take the hat on last. But for every kill where they need it here, they will put on the entire gear to get as much souls they can out of every boss kill.
Yeah, so for the next boss they're going to be fighting is the Rotten, which is through the gutter and Black Gulch.
Yeah, so let's see if Pseudo goes
Yeah,
for
they
Jeff
have
Jump
to.
here. Well, that's the exciting question, I think.
Yeah, of course. I think he's gonna go for it.
I don't
We
think
need that
he's...
branch a
Nah,
bit
he's not doing
later
it,
to get
yeah.
into doing settles. Pseudo going for the incredibly peachy, very safe gutter pathing, which is very surprising.
Well, not really. You haven't seen the Jeff Jump yet, unfortunately. It is a very high-risk jump to go for. But all the top runners obviously will go for that in proper run attempts with the high risk of, or relatively high risk of having to reset here, because you wouldn't have taken the bonfire either. So dying there would have been over a minute's time loss, like a minute 20 or something.
Yeah, it's a lot of time loss if you fail. It's very risky.
Pseudo, you're using the Brightbug here before the Fogate, and the main reason for that is you will get invaded going through here, which will lock some of your items from use. Doom getting very
Doom with a
there.
bad death there. That's an unfortunate one.
So you're supposed to jump onto those vases there to reduce your fall damage, but I guess his jump got eaten because he jumped too late.
I think what happened was he dropped down and landed on the enemy, which meant he got like a weird speed boost falling off it.
Oh yeah. Classic these two super momentum.
Yeah. It's an avoidable death, but it's very unfortunate.
It's a bit rough as well, since you'll lose a bit of life gems here. I don't know if we...
Yeah, it's going to cost him a lot of life gems to get back, a lot of time. He can throw off his route if he doesn't manage to get his souls back. So it's
wait, the Radiant is on the top. Yeah, so I guess it's not going for that. We'll see how he makes up for those. There are some options, but they're kind of slow. The Pseudo here fighting the
Rotten. Jinx.
So again here, the strat for Rotten is mainly just you want to get as many hits in on his cleaver arm as you can, being the most dangerous one. And with long reach, Pseudo getting it off there, pretty nice.
Pseudo obviously getting a very clean Rotten. You can tell he's fought this boss more times than any sane person should.
Very true. Pseudo probably has more hours against the Rotten than I have in the entire game. So...
Yeah.
And you can tell what that does for you. Yeah, he's in full control in the fight here.
Very clean segment from Pseudo. Doom just getting back to where he died. Popping a soul life gem here, so he can be on a bit higher health for the Gulch. Picking up his souls so that he doesn't have to sacrifice any buys or levels. Pseudo burning an ascetic here because it's just slightly more efficient since you're sat at the bonfire anyway. And then doing the first of the 2 level ups of the run. He's going to get a bit of health, which is necessary for efficient RTSR setups. Just enough endurance for 6 attacks and as much dex as possible with his remaining levels. And 1 strength, so you can use the Claymore for Congregation. And then buying a branch here, which is going to be necessary for getting 2 Shaded Woods.
Yeah. So Scholars added a few more statues, like the one here in Gulch at Doom, just unpetrified, as well as there's one extra they have to do in Bastille before Sentinels. That's not there in Manila. So there's a need for getting extra branches in this route compared to regular 100%.
But there are also more branches available than in vanilla.
Yeah, this is true.
So it balances out.
But at least the pickup locations...
skipping the safety gems there.
Yeah.
Like a classic Pseudo style. Don't know if he bought the bones for it. I imagine he did.
If Doom can get the cleaver arm here, it's getting a bit passive Rotten.
So here Pseudo's going to roll into these barrels.
Very nice.
So set up a bit of health for RTSR. He takes a small amount of health here and then tanks the scripted first hit from Najka, and that puts him in like a perfect RTSR range, where he's like right on the edge of RTSR. It's a very clean setup. Yeah, personally, not a big fan of the way he did the barrels, because it opens you up to getting hit by the Basilisk. If you do 2 skulls, then the barrels. Just have to criticize Pseudo for something.
Yeah, true. Guess it's machine otherwise.
Yeah. It's like the Terminator of Dark Souls. Like the scary Terminator from Terminator 2. Like the Terminator 1.
Alright, so before heading to Najka, Suda will be running through the... well, first he will pick up RTSR, because Suda will be using that early. But when heading in on the right side here into the shaded area of the woods, he'll also pick up... Yeah, he'll also pick up...
the red tier stone ring. Basically, if you're below 30% health, you do 20% more damage on every attack.
Oh, getting interrupted by the monkey.
That's unfortunate. That was on the last few frames.
Oh no!
Oh, that's a unfortunate death.
Pseudo has to run back here to get his souls as well.
Yeah, he needs the souls, but he's not at much risk of dying if he does come back. So.
Yeah, but
should be okay.
Unfortunately, that does make it a
that is
worse.
one of the big risks of early RTSR, is it's very easy to get interrupted while you're picking it up. There's a few things you can do to make that less likely, but it's still ultimately RNG if it happens or not.
Yeah, especially because the monkey first hit him, which made the ogre come closer to do hits.
Yeah, I think he did take the safe pathing as well to avoid the monkey as much as possible. Just got fairly unlucky there. Doom entering Shaded Woods. Because Doom's not doing RTSR, he has a lot of time in this room.
Oh, Doom actually going for the kill there to get some extra souls.
He kills Rosabeth so he can get an extra resin, which is quite a tidy strat, I think.
But the enemies there don't actually aggro onto the NPC. You just throw the skulls close enough that they will randomly attack next to her. And the poison will deal enough damage at least for her to die.
Here Pseudo's buying the Claymore, which is a weapon with a big swing attack, and 14 gold fine resins, because they give your weapon extra damage. Damage is good.
Damage is nice.
More damage, less hits, more time. Easy
more damage, more better.
Yeah. But there's one fight coming up with a lot of low health enemies, and it's inefficient to stab them all with the rapier. It's a lot more efficient to hit multiple at once with a swinging weapon, which is what the Claymore's for.
Yeah, so also, some of them have... There's Pseudo pick up the Chloranthy Ring +1. That will be used throughout the entire run from here on out, which speeds up your stamina recovery by quite a bit, actually. Since you don't have anything else.
Decent amount. You can definitely feel the time save.
And that's very useful for all the running segments as well as the boss fights.
Both of them getting the PGs. Oh, Pseudo, is this a good fall on? It's a maybe good fall on.
Oh, will that give him RTSR again?
Is he going to have the RTSR set up from the fall on?
I hope that was intentional.
We'll have to find out. I think he's going to go for it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he was intended to get hit.
Yeah, is that enough though? It's pretty close.
It's pretty tight, but he is hollowed, so it might be enough.
Yeah, but I think it's relative to your hollowed health still, so we'll see. It is enough.
Yeah,
nice.
Damn. The insane fall-on backup strats from Pseudo. Pseudo's just so good he can manipulate the game to spawn a fall-on when he needs it.
Actual lucky fall-on spawn. That's
At least Pseudo could get good fall-on out.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any other good fall-on spawn in the route, even.
Not really.
So that's pretty good.
Occasionally he spawns in Gulch, then falls off the edge and gives you a free
effigy. Some extra souls and effigy.
But other than that, I think this is probably the best case of a fall-on spawn you're getting.
I think that actually happened to me because I was trying out some of the segments, and I think I suddenly got an effigy. I guess that was fall-on. I don't think the other invader gives you. Or
there's another invader in that dies sometimes. So I guess the fall-on isn't really helping much. Pseudo's should notice that if he kills his lizard with the left hand without RTSR, he probably won't kill it. Or at least I don't believe you can kill it in the left hand without RTSR, and that's going to be very bad.
You need 2 hits. Yeah.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I tested that and it didn't work. Pseudo's obviously just on
They
a
did a
whole
running
new
attack for
plane
the
of
first one, right? Just running
thinking
attack
to
does
me.
slightly less in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Not sure where that extra damage came from.
Because I did try that with the left as well, and it did work. So I don't know what would cause it to not work. Maybe you didn't have enough stamina for the second hit or something.
Yeah, that's probably a negative stamina.
Yeah. Yeah, so in Dark Souls 2, if you don't have quite enough stamina for what the attack normally requires, you can still do the attack, but it will do slightly less damage. That's something
very
you often have to
slightly
keep
less
in mind.
damage.
Yeah.
Which makes it
like if you have basically no stamina, I think you lose like 10% damage or something. But it might make you have to do another hit on a boss, for example. So it is something to keep in mind.
Dark Souls 2 damage calculations are a mystery that only the greatest minds of a generation can master.
Right, both getting the lizard, very nice. You can recover from not getting those shards, but it's pretty time consuming.
Yeah, those shards are very essential. The other lizard, it's not too bad to recover from, because there's 2 pickups in Bastille. But because that one drops 3, you really need to go to Macduff to buy them, which is a very long time loss.
Yeah.
And also means you have to deal with the barrel.
Wait, isn't there 3 you can pick up in Bastille? I thought it was 1 on the first spot and 2 on the second.
No, there's only...
I might be wrong.
As far as I'm aware, there's only 2.
Yeah, you might be right. I never picked those up anyways. Might be misremembering.
The mage getting the buff off here is very bad. It's going to take a lot more hits to kill him.
Because they add... Isn't it slash resistance they add? But I guess that will affect the claymore at least.
I think it just halves the damage. Or more. It's just a lot of resistance. You want to cancel him before he gets that off. Here's the advantage of not doing RTSR Congregation, that you can just tank a bunch of hits, that's fine.
Not the best fight for Pseudo, but he makes it through. And skips the bonfire here. You do not need, but some have taken for safety.
It's a comfy bonfire. It makes backups for missing lizards or chunks.
Yeah, especially since you have several drops and lizards you can't come back to.
If you're prepared, there's backups for all this stuff that you don't need the bonfire for. Pseudo not getting the charcoal pine resins, especially when he only has the exact right number of
Doom actually killing the peasants before mages. Oh, only some of them.
He's using the safety strat here for the lizard, where you take a very safe setup for the lock-on. Missing the Nick jetpack, that's very disappointing. We'll see if Doom will demonstrate that for us.
Right, so Doom is through Congregation as well now, closing the gap here on Pseudo.
I think he had a much better Congregation.
Yeah, much cleaner.
So that's a good gap closer. So yeah, after Congregation, we just get the Ascetic, which is why we came here, and then enough materials to get our rapier from +3 to +10, which is a lot more damage.
Did Doom buy less skulls, or did he just use all of them up on the...
he bought less skulls, which is it's an older strat, so you can get 1 extra level, but you have to spend more inputs menuing. So it's...
yeah, most people would just buy 10 skulls. They're only like 300
it's a viable
each or so.
strat, but I think Doom needs all his levels because he does slightly different levels.
Yeah.
You'll notice he hasn't leveled any vigor, so he can put it all in dex, which means he gets a much cleaner Congregation fight, but it makes things slightly riskier for him.
Yeah, it also makes some sense though, since he's not going for early RTSR. That will still give him more of a buffer than Pseudo does with the riskier strats.
It will, although he misses a buffer on a lot of fights like Rotten, which will now one-shot
Yeah, Rotten
him.
will still kill.
Whereas if you have 14 vigor and not doing RTSR, you can usually tank most hits from Rottens. So it's there's pros and cons to it. I think most runners agree that if you're not doing early RTSR, you might as well take the safety vigor. these are levels that Doom's honed himself. Makes sense that he'd use the ones he's been practicing with.
Yeah, so Doom getting plus 10 rapier here. I will be used for most of the fights going forwards.
Yeah.
As you do not go into DLC 1 in this route, you don't get Fling String, but the rapier is still very strong. Fling String adds like, what is it, 40 flat damage on every hit. So on fast weapons it's really good.
Yeah, it's crazy how good Flame String went. A plus. Oh, that's unfortunate. Pseudo went for the one cycle but missed a counter hit. So
yeah, if he gets the second sentinel before the other one drops, it might not matter though.
Normally you do 4 hits, dodge and attack, then 2, but if you're very fast, you can just do all 6 at once. Pseudo equipping the Claymore?
Yeah, I think that was misinput. So what he tried to do there? Oh, he wanted to put on the clothes earlier.
Yeah, makes sense. So he can pop the soul. Ah, neat. Yeah, we used to pop the souls at the gates on the way to the ascetic, but we found that if you pop them at other points, like leveling up the rapier or at the end of this fight, you can take a slightly faster path to get to the ascetic, which Pseudo's gonna show off now.
Yeah, so both runners have taken 1 death so far. Pseudo first died when picking up the red Tearstone ring to the ogre there, after getting mean on a bit, and Doom also died in the gutter.
Oh, I was gonna say that's a very clean jump setup, but he missed it, so it's not.
No, that's clean
that jump
anymore.
saves you about 4 seconds over missing it, but this pathing still saves you about 3 seconds. Over doing
Will
the old
roof
pathing.
jump be the decider?
I think from the looks of things, Doom's going for the old gate pathing in the last half of Bastille, since he hasn't popped Najka Soul.
Yeah, it's probably gonna pop that on the doors, yeah.
Yeah.
The gates, rather. So they're getting the ascetic here and warping back out.
Gates, doors, same thing.
Same thing.
Oh no, he's not. He's going for it. Maybe he's just gonna not pop the Najka Soul. Because it only gets you 1 level.
He already gets like 1 level extra from the way it's been running, right? So maybe it feels like that's enough.
Not on his second levels. It doesn't creep to an extra level.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was close.
Ooh, that was close. Oh,
that would have been a rough death. Oh, another close one. Doom really going for the. Going straight for it.
Now doing the Rotten grind. Fighting Rotten in New Game plus, and plus. So that you can get over 1 million souls and yoink themselves past the Shrine of Winter. Not getting the best RNG here.
Yeah. Not really.
Hand attacks.
Still getting the arm though, that's not reasonable. But a lot of walkbacks as well.
Got a puke, that's pretty good. They usually want the puke from the arms.
Explosion though.
Explosion's not good.
Right, so Doom does not have RTSR for this fight, so if Pseudo gets better RNG on the next Rotten fights, he will get slightly more ahead of Doom here.
Yeah, Pseudo should be saving about 20 seconds on these fights at least, just from having RTSR. This is definitely the point where RTSR saves you the most time over non-RTSR.
Doom getting pretty quick hand cut there.
Yeah, it's a very good hand cut. Then just doing full lock-on. Not as optimal because it means you can't strafe some attacks that you could without locking on, but very safe.
Yeah, like would you be too slow for the grab or?
I think you'd have to roll away from the grab.
Yeah.
But as you saw with the explosions, he was quite close to being in range because he was just backing off with the lock-on, walk back. Or there's some of the slams you can strafe if you can sprint away, but with lock-on you'd have to roll them. You know, just playing it safe for the race. Fully respect it.
Will Pseudo get explosion at the end of every fight? Let's find out.
Cursed by AoEs. Never lucky.
Alright, Pseudo going into his last run here, while Doom is on his second to last one.
Yeah, still very close.
Question is, will we get our first race without Death
Oh,
to
got the
Amana?
puke. Very nice. First race death to Amana?
The first race without Death to Amana?
Oh, I see, yes. It's possible.
It's
That's for
possible,
sure.
but is it probable?
There'll be one at some point. I mean, there's so many races going on. Someone will do it. I believe
get the arm there?
Doom takes an extra bonfire in Armana that most runners don't.
I think both of them are going to go for the third bonfire.
I think Doom takes the second.
The second? Oh.
Yeah. Although we'll have to
Which
see,
one is,
obviously.
Wait, oh yeah, I'm mixing them up. Yeah, so Pseudo might go for the one. I guess he meant he goes for the one by the mushrooms instead of the one in the little
Pseudo
building.
goes for the first and the one by the mushrooms, and Doom goes for the first. Then the one in the house, and then also the one by the mushrooms. Playing it very safe. He might not, but I think he was talking to me about these strats before. That's Doom playing the opener very well. Getting all 3 hits on. Striking that way. Yeah, very good.
Nice armor cut.
But yeah, as you see, Pseudo now has to pop their own Sentinel Soul. Yeah, it gets a lot of spare life gems.
Yeah, unfortunately can't. They use the other souls beforehand there because you can't equip the souls and use 3 of them at the same time from that menu on the merchants. So you have to do it from the inventory instead.
Doom getting hit by Rotten in the last fight. You wouldn't have survived that with RTSR.
Yeah.
So,
but I was pretty close to the end
vindicated. Yeah, it was just the nub of the arm, so it doesn't do very much damage.
It is also possible to pop souls from the inventory while talking to merchants if you time the A button and the start at the same time, but you cannot do that with boss souls for some reason. So unfortunately they have to do all of them beforehand. Or 50 endurance actually.
Udo took some good pathing here, so he shouldn't get interrupted at the store. Occasionally there's a guy that can follow you and interrupt you.
50 endurance should not get you an extra hit, I think, right?
I think 52 does.
Oh,
it might just be because he doesn't save hits from any more strength or dex, and he needs 18 vigor for his RTSR setup. So the only stat it makes sense to put them in is endurance.
Oh yeah, did Doom get no ADP? That's gonna be a milkshake run.
That's gonna be very big in Armana.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a high risk now of trying to dodge a poke and still getting hit, I think. But we'll see how that goes.
The pokes are almost impossible, if not impossible, to dodge with 3 ADP. And
you can probably dodge them, but you have to be like extremely late on the roll.
I think the only way you can dodge them is like being out of the hitbox. I don't think you can iframe through them.
Maybe you're right.
Those pokes are insanely difficult to iframe through.
So yeah, interesting levels from Doom, but I guess that's what he's comfortable with.
Pseudo doing the standard scholar strat for the door here. Doom actually found this strat, which is quite interesting. Where you bait these guys over instead of using the dudes you're supposed to use. Then setting up RTSR on this guy.
And block one more hit, and
he hasn't got RTSR equipped, but I think he is in range.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Alternative methods, if you have like just slightly more health, is to take off the cat ring and then do a drop later.
Pseudo giving us an excellent view here.
Yep. Look at the
Doom
scenery.
coming up to the door. They're actually very close.
Yeah. Surprisingly close
Uh,
considering Pseudo did RTSR for all the runs.
Yeah, though Pseudo will be saving time from this point onwards just by having RTSR for all the
Yeah.
fights, assuming neither of them have deaths.
Also for Demon of Song and Velstad.
Doom almost getting killed there at the door.
Yeah, it's a very long run back, so you really don't want to die at the gates here.
Yeah.
Trying to get a parry there for extra flare. Unfortunately missing.
Oh no. He doesn't have a parry button, so.
Well, he
Classic
did parry,
Pseudo
but
excuse.
yeah, Pseudo unbans it, right?
Yeah. Well, you can still parry with the one hand, but.
Yeah, if you have it in the left, I guess you can parry with R2.
Another Pseudo nitpick to the wrong stamina region here, so he could have been interrupted at that door, but he got lucky. Not lucky, so to say, he just didn't get unlucky. Doom used resin at the Dragon Lake door because since he doesn't have RTSR, he can't kill these guys in as few hits as Pseudo, so the resin helps shave off a hit. And because he got extra resins, he can afford to use one.
The Pseudo here shoots the archer there to make him drop down. And will allow you to kill him without having to worry about him while fighting the second Dragon Rider. Also, I don't believe
the Elizabeth Mushroom.
Right,
that's a nice fight from Pseudo. But yeah, Doom picked up the Elizabeth Mushroom, which is a healing item. Very strong healing item. Gives you, I think it's the same healing as a life gem, but
might be slightly less, but it doesn't stop. It also doesn't stop when your health is full, and it lasts a lot longer.
So I think he's going to be using that for Throne Duo. Though he might be using it in Armana. Those are the two spots that you'd usually use it. Pseudo coming up to mannequins. These guys are actually a pretty scary spot in the run. You have to bait them over to the statue over there and kill one to activate an elevator.
The mannequins have bleed as well, so it's something to watch out for.
The Jean strat of getting one hit and then going for one hit when they are.
There's
not
the bleed. Yep.
Oh, and he's down.
And Doom died as well, unfortunately. So not the equalizer, but
nothing lost, nothing gained.
Yeah, so both will be starting from the same bonfire, but Doom has to. No, they don't. Pseudo actually got the. Yeah. Okay.
Insane peach.
Yeah, disgusting. But a good choice in the end. That does save him 40 seconds of running.
Because he hit the mannequin with the tip of his rapier. The rapier has two hitboxes, one that extends slightly further, and that hitbox does a little bit less damage. So
actually, quite a lot less damage, I think. Or it's pretty noticeable.
Less.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's noticeable, but it's not that much.
So, and it doesn't have the same satisfying sound. That's the important thing.
Yeah. So now he doesn't have the GPR on, so he's gonna have to adapt to strat a little and go for 2 hits, which means the mannequin doesn't attack, which often leads to them being grouped up. As you can see, the undamaged mannequin came first this time to throw him off, but nah, he deals with them. Doom going back in for Dragon Riders. Dragon Riders take 2.
Bit of vengeance.
No GPR actually.
Yeah, interesting. I guess he wants to save it.
I don't think he has one to spare. So.
Yeah, I have 2 little brain cells.
I guess if there was any fight on the ones remaining, you'd want to skip a GPR and it'd be Dragon Riders.
Yeah.
Pseudo tanking a hit here for his RTSR setup.
They're definitely the shortest boss at this point. Not grabbing the souls here because we do not need them anymore.
Yeah,
Not that you
they're
have
just going to be
many
using the dark
anyways.
sign for all their warps, since there's no more buys to do. Pseudo on the big elevator. Just going to do some menuing. Doom on the big ladder.
This is a great segment because it has 3 of the 4 longest elevators in the game, basically. Just right after each other.
Last one obviously being a Guardian Dragon, I think.
Yeah.
Are there any big
Well, there's
DLC
2 more.
elevators?
It's the Guardian Dragon and then also to Iron Keep. Those are really long.
Yeah, Iron Keep.
I don't know. I don't think DLC has any as long elevators now.
No, I don't think it does either.
I guess the longest one in DLCs would be the DLC 1, after putting in the key.
Oh yeah, that's a big elevator. I mean, that's 2 big elevators. That's
yeah, it's because it's 2 steps.
Yeah.
So most of the money from subs and such right now will go towards commissioning emotes and also going back towards the channel for more content for you guys. We're not doing charity when we're doing events such as these, but that is reserved for the Speedsource Charity Marathon. But we do appreciate any support you guys have for the channel and for the community as a whole.
Speedsource Charity Marathon's always good fun for a good cause. Will Budali take part of this tournament?
Unfortunately not.
No. We wish. So sad.
Imagine the Budali versus TSU matchup.
Ah.
Doom doing the classic wave at us there at the elevator that Pseudo forgot.
I do.
I do. Also taking the time there to use an effigy because you literally have nothing to do.
Yeah, Pseudo just killed the boss.
Yes, Myrna is very consistent
now
with
he's
this thing.
waving.
Now he's waving.
It's like
Hey,
he's
Pseudo.
listening to us. Hello.
He probably has the stream on the side. I'll
Yeah.
waving at each other.
They're all waving.
So wholesome. So yeah, another long elevator here for Pseudo.
Loads of elevators. And now we're in Amana, which is everyone's favourite area. Just full of fun.
Yeah. Hoping for a clean one for both players here.
Amana's like the biggest reset point in this half of the game, because it's a long area. There's 2 enemies that really can mess you up. The Archdrakes have a lot of attacks that are very difficult to dodge.
And one thing I'm kind of worried about for Doom as well is one thing is dodging with the low ADP, but ADP also makes animations slightly slower when you have a little bit. So even going through the fog gate before it gets iframes will be slightly slower. I don't know by how much, but probably a frame or 2.
Fog gate. But, yeah, that is going to mess him up a little. But yeah, so there's some sorcerers here and some Archdrakes, and they can cause you issues.
So yeah, again, we see the consistent strat here for Mirror Knight. You just need to stay close and deal enough damage in between his hits there to get a consistent chain of lightning attacks. That is very easy to strafe.
Doom pulling it off masterfully. And while he takes the elevator, we can watch Pseudo dodge and weave between these.
Yeah.
What we call soul bolts.
So Pseudo put it on the bandit gear here a bit early, because poise in this game, for some reason, it will slightly accumulate over time. So you do want to put it on before you actually need it.
It's a bit early and you can get hit very easily in this running section. It saves you a bit there.
But the main idea of the gear here is to avoid getting staggered if you get hit by 1 soul arrow at the fog gate.
Yeah. The poise is barely enough that you can tank 1 soul arrow. Not healing before the fog gate could be his downfall.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like he's doing any safety strats here.
See Pseudo's master plan works out. Will save him quite a bit of time if he gets through, and it looks
like he should be okay.
Oh no.
Oh, looks like he's not going to be okay.
Was fast
that's very bad.
Sorry guys, we jinxed it.
And Doom takes the lead.
What an upset. So we'll see if
Yeah, he got a pretty bad RNG there with the
Doom will likely go
Normally
for a
you
much
want both
safer
of those
strat
guys
here.
to attack you, but one of them didn't attack him, so chased him to the fog wall. Which is why you'd normally kill a few guys before there, so that doesn't happen.
How
If you
the
wanted a safe race
turntables.
strat. Yeah, the tables turn and the turntables. But Doom also does have the potential to die here. Anything can happen.
For sure.
And by the looks of things, the difference isn't that much. I think Pseudo will
Yeah,
take back
Pseudo
the
might
lead
actually.
from RTSR alone.
Yeah, RTSR, and if he goes for the YOLO strats here again, and Doom goes for very safe.
I think he will. Actually, yeah, see, Doom takes this safe bonfire. She loses him a
Yeah, not only that,
decent
but if
chunk of time,
he goes to
actually.
kill most of the enemies here, that will
I
also
think he kills
cost
some of them in the later section. What is this PVD pathing? Disgusting. That's ridiculously outdated. I mean, Doom taking some slightly different pathing here.
It did have
Probably,
quite a lot of damage there, so I guess he wanted to be extra safe.
Probably
Maybe.
a bit safer, maybe.
A lot of soul arrows here on Doom.
They are very neck and neck here. If you look at the actual
Yeah,
in-game
so
times,
Pseudo
I think
might
they are
actually very well
about
catch
even.
up here already at the Foggate.
He might be ahead, and no one knows. But,
Oh, did aggro the frog there?
Doom killing some guys for safety. Pseudo not killing some guys for safety.
Classic Pseudo.
For the catch up. Yeah.
Oh, Doom getting roughed up here a bit.
Oh, this is going to be really rough for Doom. Can't take a single hit with
This is
380p.
scary to watch, yeah.
No way does he make this.
No!
Oh! Yeah,
That's so
the armor's not going to
unfortunate.
save you if the soul bolt kills you. But that's rough for Doom.
Yeah. Really,
I'm not
I
sure
think
what happened there. It looked like he was doing the safety strat with killing the guys, but then just
yeah,
transitioned over.
might have been better to try to kill all of them. But again, like getting a life gem off after taking the first 2 hits from the archery there is rough with all the soul arrows coming at you and the
Pseudo
just
tanking
sprinting
the
towards
soul
him.
arrow for the RTSR setup.
Yes, and now he has to
dodging it.
make sure that he does not get a soul arrows right behind him as he opens the door, so he's looking out for that.
Yeah, getting the RTSR setup from that amount of health is actually really tight. It's very impressive from Pseudo. Going into Demon of Song.
Hopefully he does not get torpedoed here, because I think that will kill at this health.
Yeah, it should do. It's pretty unlikely.
Yeah, no torpedo, good.
Just the belly slam.
Oh no, Doom getting very rough time here again.
Oh, not again, Doom.
No.
Oh, Doom. Yeah, Doom's probably under a lot of pressure right now, especially after 2 Armana deaths. Hopefully he'll take it safer this time.
Yeah, hopefully he keeps his mentality up as well. Dying twice to mana in the same way as well is pretty rough.
Yeah. Pseudo got a very clean 1.5 cycle on the frog, which you can get with the RTSR. Saves you a very decent chunk of time over the non-RTSR version. And should be able to just deal with the Cyan Knight perfectly fine. Yeah. Masterfully done. But yeah, Doom taking the second bonfire seems to have been a pretty good idea.
I guess all the runners can take notes here. If your mana is super solid, then you can beat anyone. Gotta do that 20-hour mana grind.
Oh, he's going for the safety and he's been evaded by 4 as well.
Oh.
No, Doom! Oh!
Popping help!
Radiant. Oh, he's gonna have to YOLO it, isn't he? There's
yeah,
no way
Forlorn is gonna catch up.
Yeah.
Where does he spawn actually? How far behind is he?
He spawns on the like the side of the hut. No, he is going for the safety.
There.
Nah, he's not going for the safety. He sees the Forlorn.
Yeah, he has to. Yeah, he has
what's
to
happening?
run.
Oh, is he gonna make it?
This might
work. Looks like he's made it actually. Yeah. Nicely done.
Oh, please don't. Okay, I think he might go for the safety bonfire. Yeah.
Oh, Pseudo using the bright bag while this shield guy's awakening. Yeah. It's slightly faster, but it means if you get killed in Mage Room, you lose the bright bag for Valstat.
Which he almost does. Oh, no lightning bolt, please.
Calculated. Okay. That was. This sure is a race.
Oh, you got hit by the AoE there, which luckily does slightly less than lightning bolts, I think. So, yeah, just barely surviving that. Or who knows? Maybe Pseudo's using cheat engine to live it up.
Oh, obviously, yes. Yeah, use cheat engine to spawn in the forlorn.
Yeah.
Cheat engine to lock his health.
Insane strats here.
Insane cheating. You should disqualify Pseudo. Have EMP remove all his runs.
Yeah, we're
Slightly
gonna
too high
need
on the
some
arrow,
serious
but,
investigation here.
yeah. Gonna need some dream tier statistical analysis.
I'm so scared of every drop now with that health, but I know they don't do damage with Gaggering.
Yeah.
But still, I just can't keep
terrifying.
thinking.
But,
Pseudo no, Doom's barely not getting the 2-cycle there, but getting a really fast opening after, so it doesn't really make much of a difference.
It's like a 2.1 cycle.
Alright, so luckily the very tiny amount of health Pseudo has now doesn't really matter, because any hit from Elsa would have killed on normal RTSR range anyways.
Like a very high RTSR, you can block one.
You can maybe block like
sure
the two-handed swipe there. I think it's like the
did he just whip an attack? I mean, it shouldn't matter with RTSR.
I didn't catch it, no.
Well, very clean well step nonetheless. Doom
giving us a no.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking after seeing that Armana. Yeah, Pseudo's decently in the lead at this point.
Yeah, so both thinking the safety fire bonfire here in the crypts as well. Having to take that elevator over again would be a massive time loss, especially because you have to call it back up.
Yeah. Doom going for 2-3 hits, then walking into the guy here.
Yeah.
I think that's what you're supposed to do with.
I guess that's faster.
No bright back there.
Card.
But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Pseudo saving a bit of time over Doom at this point, or that Doom will lose at this point by not having to pick up RTSR again. Kills this guy for petrified something. Oh, that's unfortunate. That guy can sometimes drop a smooth and silky stone.
Oh.
Which heals you for exactly 20% of your max health. So, Pseudo gets it so that after Throne Zero, if he's on just under 10%, he can use it and be at a good RTSR for RTSR Nash. It's an insane strat, but
that's the immense knowledge coming through there. I would never even thought of that.
Actually, this was a strat I suggested. So.
Yeah, well, my immense knowledge.
Not that it matters. Not that it matters. Strats don't belong to anyone. It's just they're just out there. Just some people are just smarter and better at coming up than others.
Born different.
Yeah. Built different.
Yeah, built different.
Pseudo gets the second charm. The elders keep jump. Doom running straight down the middle here. I think this is mostly safe with non-RTSR. I think I tested and it was like you had a 1 in 20 chance of getting interrupted, so it's pretty safe. But saves him a second over Pseudo. Good opening from Velsat.
Yeah, so the Velsat fight is quite a bit slower, at least without RTSR. Unless you get really lucky and get a very late buff, but he will increase his defense, I think, for the last few hits.
Doom did get lucky, actually, getting a late buff.
Yeah,
he did.
Never mind.
After you do 3 hits, if you do 6 hits, you should go into buff after the first 2 attacks, but he didn't this time. So
yeah, it's a very good fight from
Doom actually got a very fast fight. Pseudo using the key for Guardian Dragon because it's better.
Yeah, much easier to hit the head there.
Yeah. Nick can fight me. And got a very clean scripted Guardian Dragon kill. While Doom's heading back to I'll just keep now. I'll be interested to see which bonfire Pseudo takes in Dragon Shrine. If he takes any.
If he takes, I'm guessing he it'll take the first one, but it might skip the second, I think.
Yeah, the first one's like 2 seconds faster to get, but you lose a lot more time if you do die.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting toss-up between the two.
Yeah, so it's 2 seconds less, and you save like, I don't know, 2/3 of the time you would otherwise would have that. So, but I think it's probably the worthwhile decision to take.
Yeah. Doom getting the Archer-SAR set up on the Ogre, which he can do very easily because he's twice hollowed. Triggers the door, then just backs off from this guy and kills him.
Yeah, he does not need that lightning attack. I feel like is fairly rare.
Yeah, I see it not very often. I think it's more likely if you're like backing away from him or
maybe
in front of him.
Maybe
Yeah,
because he
hit
the
first
shield.
bonfire. Oh yeah, if you hit the shield, I think it's more common. Yeah. Is Pseudo gonna sprint on the zip line? Yeah, looks like he is. The insane 3 second of time save. Assuming.
Right, so doing rolls here on the bridge because it's swaying back and forth and giving you a very wonky running animation that is quite a lot slower actually. So people will just spam roll to get across it.
Running on the inside of the soldier. Interested to see how he does this. Looks like he's using the Nick strat of just sort of running past him. Works like a charm. Doom on a very interesting run through a long corridor with nothing in it. Uses the resin here instead of the second ogre.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really
Slightly
make
less efficient.
much. Depends. The second ogre is inconsistent with how fast he is sometimes. So I remember there was a
Pseudo with a perfect jump there.
Very nice.
So,
There is a
rapier, Guardian Dragon. We'll see if that makes a difference.
There is a meme strat you can do actually for the second ogre if you have a witching urn. That you can throw immediately as you go in and hit it in the right spot. It will actually always trigger the fast ogre. I think Lich found that.
Oh, whew. Doom whipped a hit. So
just barely before it flies.
Yeah. So this is why Key's just objectively better. And you should never use the rapier. Oh, did Pseudo just use bow strats? I think he might have.
Right, Pseudo heading into Giant Lord here. One of the 3 remaining fights. Yeah, let's hope he does not get paper walled. or killed
paper
by
wall's not the most of his worries. These two giants are very
giants. Second giant, I guess, is the most worrisome.
Yeah, the first one's usually fine. These soldiers here, can occasionally mess you up as well. But it looks like he's fine.
Those soldiers do so much damage, by the way. It's insane. At least the one with spears.
They can actually throw firebombs at you.
Oh, I've actually never seen that.
I've seen it literally once in many years.
Yeah, I've mostly known about their damage because I have the for reverse boss order I have the the skip here to skip Pursuer, and they do so much damage if you fail the parry.
Ooh,
that's very close for Pseudo.
That's a close one from Pseudo. Missing a cycle. That's not acceptable for a run of his caliber. Should be disqualified based on that blunder alone.
Yeah, first cheating and now missing cycles. Like, what is he doing?
Pseudo, heading into the final 2 bosses.
Yeah. Even if Pseudo dies here once, he is still far enough ahead that he should make it.
Oh, it'll be tight. But,
it will be pretty close, but Doom has to warp
Pseudo's
to Giant Lord as well.
Nash. Oh, true. Yeah. It looks like Pseudo's.
We do use RTA in a load, obviously, so the loading screens that are in between will not make Doom fall behind. Oh, getting lucky here on the door.
Oh,
This
this is
might
rough.
be a death.
It's very likely a death. Even if he
Yeah,
runs
keep in
away and
mind he
uses
has
an old
less
reagent,
ADP than Pseudo as well. So he has
it's
to be
losing him a
tighter
lot
on
of
the
time
dodges.
either way. But it looks like he's had a good recovery.
Yeah, as long as these dudes don't... Yeah, okay, nice recovery here from Doom.
I'll be interested to see Pseudo's boss rush because I think he's going to do RTSR for Nashandra,
Yeah, I
which is
guess...
a very risky strat, but saves you about 4 seconds. So obviously very necessary for a race when you're 3 minutes ahead.
They are allowed to quit out Bringer Flowers, but quitting out is very slow because the timer will still run on the main menu of the game. It's only the loading screens themselves where the timer stops.
Pseudo got a good opening on Defender, although it's been interrupted by Watcher.
Also, in Dark Souls 2, quitting out doesn't reset enemy positions, so when you load back in, they will all still be there.
Oh, that looks like a very good health for Nash
Yeah,
RTSR, as long as he can keep it.
could be the kill and Watcher. Very
Alright,
nice.
let's see if Pseudo manages to pull off this RTSR Nash, because it's very tight and very risky. Looks like he's picking a gesture. No way.
Oh.
Yeah, he's going for it.
Yeah.
I think he can afford to die, but
Yeah, but
it'll make his Nash a lot slower because he's got no spare resins.
it's gonna be
or
close
right
if it's late in the fight, I think. But yeah.
So he does needs to bait a beam here. Oh, well, this is interesting.
This health is scary.
Beam was a bit late there. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to do this.
Oh,
No, he's
just
not. He's had
makes
to
it like
kill.
I'm okay.
Oh my god. Oh god.
This is scary.
Oh, this
This is so scary. Oh, hopefully he doesn't get the
looks
curse
like
from the
he's
beam as
out-healing
well
the
here.
orbs.
There we go.
Masterfully pulled off from Pseudo there. Yeah, she starts her running towards you like that. If you walk into her, she'll do the beam. So Pseudo managed to recognize that and got the fight because of it.
Pseudo
It's a very
taking the
good time
match
for
here with a
Pseudo.
very, very scary ending.
59-28 with 2 deaths.
Yeah. What was the second
One
death again?
One Armana and RTSR pickup.
Yeah.
I think those are the only 2. Very impressive run. A few very sketchy spots for sure. But having a sub out with 2 deaths very nice. They're obviously saving a lot of time from RTSR. Doom heading into the final boss rush.
You who link the fire.
Doom is really not that far behind. But unfortunately, his rough time in Amana, I guess, is what ended up making
only a few minutes
most of the
behind,
difference.
still a decently close race. Could have definitely caught up if Pseudo had a death at the end there.
Yeah.
To embrace or renounce this.
But no, Pseudo just too good apparently. Unbeatable.
Scary part now for the next runners is will Pseudo have perfected over his mistakes this run and save minutes next time?
Nick's pointing out Pseudo also died to the mannequins.
Yeah, true.
So
yeah, he whiffed or got the small less damage hit.
Actually 3 deaths. But he took the right bonfires, so none of his deaths lost him that much time.
Luckily, he had the Dragon Rider's bonfire for that. That ladder is pretty
Yeah.
long, so it's probably like 40 seconds or something. But
yeah, it's nowhere near as much time as you can lose in some spots.
Yeah.
Like
What lies ahead?
Doom dying in the second part of the gutter lost him a lot more time than those tested. Now Doom, I mean, using the Elizabeth mushroom that he picked up earlier, which should make this fight a lot comfier.
Yeah. Because if you use life gems here first, then it will run out if you don't take any hits from the bosses. But the mushroom, as you can tell here, is still working.
Still just ticking away. Alright, nice defender down.
Fortunately, Watcher is blocking for quite a while there.
Oh, good Watcher RNG. Is he going to punish it though? Oh no, not quite. Still gets a good kill.
He went for the R2 there, just in case, because you wouldn't have time for 2 R1s anyways, but it was not enough damage, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think at the time, I don't think he had the stamina.
Yeah, as well.
Alright. I think he's going to go for 2-beam Nash. He's doing Rapier without RTSR. Baits the first beam very well.
At least a lot less scary to to look at this without low RTSR range like Pseudo had.
Looks like he's going for the 1-beam.
All right.
I think he's gonna get it.
Might get an... Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
Nice.
Very clean. That's the genre strat.
That is
So
GG for Doom as well.
Yeah, well done, Doom.
Doing the point there to finish it off. And a 102.53, I guess 52. It's correct timing there.
Very nice time from both runners.
So yeah, so far almost everyone is like right around the 60-minute mark. I guess Fujos was the fastest so far with, what was it, 56, 57?
I don't know. No, it's like a 58. I think he added that.
I can actually check that real quick. Oh no, he had a 59 as well, so Pseudo's actually slightly faster. Never mind.
Oh, Doom
59.53 versus Pseudo's 59.28, so setting the standard here from Pseudo. Let's get both the runners in here and I can ask some questions.
See what they thought.
Alright, Pseudo and Doom, you're back on. Let me mute your captures, there we go. Hello. So, how was that ending for you, Pseudo? That looked scary on Nash.
Yeah, that's pretty scary. Yeah.
Sorry.
If she was, I was okay on HP if she did a beam straight away, but she did like a delayed beam, so I was too low, so I had to heal rather than killing her. And then I healed, then she just decided to play tag or some shit. I don't know. And then I was like, well, I just needed to do anything, and she just refused to attack. So it's like just any attack at all, but she didn't do one. So I just had to, and I was getting pretty low on my HP, but I couldn't afford to heal again in case she did something. So good fun.
Yeah, I think the question on everyone's mind, Pseudo, is did you turn on Cheat Engine just before Crypt, or was it on the entire run?
What happened at Crypt? Is that when I had 1 HP?
Yeah.
That was when you had 1 HP. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good, wasn't it? No, I didn't have it on. It was calculated the whole time.
Oh, calculated.
Yeah. I knew the bright bug would save me. Never in doubt. Yeah.
Oh.
I love how we kept dying at the same time. That was quite fun.
Yeah, like in the mana. Almost
double
turning the tables there. If Doom hadn't been killed right at the end.
Like 20 seconds, right?
20 seconds, yeah, and then I died.
And then you
at the
checked the second
pocket.
bonfire, and I was like, I really want to, but I'm not going to.
For me, it was smart though, because I died twice.
Yeah, no, it is smart. Yeah, and I was very close to taking the second one.
I can't believe I died twice, and then the time for Lawn Invades I actually get through.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were all very sketchy.
When you were looking back there, we saw Forlorn approaching. That was.
Our mana was exciting, that's for sure.
Yeah,
I did.
Pseudo, I'm very disappointed you missed that last cycle on Giant Lord.
A Giant Lord was the worst part of the run. I played absolutely terribly there. That's the part I'm most disappointed with. Was the Giant Lord fight. It was absolutely horrible, dude.
We're gonna have to evoke. We'll have to evoke your speed license for that one.
Oh god, that was literally the worst part of the whole run. The Giant Lord fight.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else was like memes. I don't care that much, but that was just straight up trash. I was not happy with that fight, but no, I mean it happens. I didn't die somehow, but probably deserved to. The deaths I had were kind of, I don't know, I felt like they were memes. Like 1 frame away from the homeward bone RTSR.
That was
unfortunate. Mannequins didn't die because my first R2 didn't do full damage. I don't know why. I guess
we're too far away.
No, it was the second one that didn't do full damage because you got tip damage.
I'm pretty sure it was the first.
Well, the first definitely didn't do full. So it was meant to do 400 and something. I did 3 something. So I knew I was in bad shape. I was like, that's fine. Surely running, attacking an R1 can't possibly go wrong. And then they just kind of tag team me, and I was like, okay, well, at least it's at the bonfire. So that one's kind of fair. Like I didn't handle it too well, but still.
Yeah, because
that was really funny.
Yeah, at exact same time. You died to Dragon Riders.
I died to Dragon Riders. I was like, oh shoot, he's gonna catch up even further. And it was like, oh wait, he died as well.
Yeah, mannequin death. I mean, to be fair, in the tournament I expected at least 1 mannequin death and probably 2 or 3 mana deaths. So Ticking him
Yeah.
off.
Ticking
get
them
that.
off, yeah.
What was the other one
Yeah.
that died to? Yeah, RTSR. That's some
RTSR, that's another expected death.
sausage death. Yeah.
Yes, I guess
okay.
it was
Well,
3 deaths for you. So that was it 4 for Doom, or how many? It was the 2 Amana deaths,
I
and
died.
then
You had bigger ones.
I had died 4 times, yeah. Twice in Amana.
Dragon
One in the
Riders,
pit
and
or
then
something early on.
I died in
Gutter.
the pit, yeah.
Yeah.
I died twice in Amana, once for the pit and the Dragon Riders. The Dragon Riders death, I'm really angry.
But all things
That's the one I'm
considering,
most
I
angry
think we had a solid race from both you guys, and it was really close, at least in Amana. So it was
Yeah,
it was fun to
it's-
see. Could have really
it's
swung
fun.
it either way there.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
I mean, 102s are going to win races, dude. It's going to happen.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
happen.
Like if I took an extra hit at Duo or something, or Nash,
Yeah,
it's
that's
like
true.
2.5 minutes or something.
I think the one with the first death was I was surprised the soul arrow hit me because I was tucked away in the corner.
Oh yeah, in Amana, yeah.
Yeah,
She might have moved a little bit because you took a bit extra time because you got hit before. I'm not sure. It might have
Yeah, I'm
curved
not
more
sure about
towards
that
you.
one.
Oh yeah, your first death in Gacha was rough.
Yeah, the death in gutter was really rough. I
Well,
was trying to
Landing on top of the dude, then getting the speed boost, falling
yeah,
off
getting
him.
really weird speed boost, dude.
Oh damn it! Yeah, I didn't see it. I just saw the flash of you died. I was like, oh jeez.
Yeah, we could
Yeah.
tell you were watching each other, especially on the I think it was the elevator down to Mana, waving back and
Yeah.
forth.
It was
Yeah,
the
yeah,
same
yeah.
confidence from
So
Pseudo
we
being
knew
3
the
minutes
pressure
ahead
was
and
there when you were close there. That was
being
No,
3 minutes ahead and still going for the 4-second time save.
yeah.
Same
Which 4
same
second time
player.
save? What? Nash?
RTSR Nash, yeah.
Yeah, that's good fun though. You gotta keep it interesting. I mean,
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
If I
Because
died,
that
if I
there
died, it
would have
would've
made
been
it very
really
close.
yeah, but
Yeah. Well,
it's
really
enjoyable.
really good game, Pseudo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks.
GG.
Well done,
GG's
dude.
both of you. And
Yeah, very entertaining.
as has been said in chat here, we do have another race coming up very shortly. We'll be doing a short intermission while we set it up for those guys. But we do have Nubisaurus going up against Bad House Owner. So that will be the last run of the first round in Winners Bracket. And we will, after that, schedule the runs for next week. So expect news about that very shortly. So we will be right back guys. Don't go anywhere.